This is the Thirard Surveyor. Another French pump lock. So to pick this, you actually have to tension from the slots where the sliders are, or the pins. So probably gonna have to switch tensioners in order to fully pick this. So you just pick one that's hopefully not low lift. And just like any other pump lock, just pick the binder. These have false gates. That one's a high lift, so I'm going to go ahead and switch tensioners here. False gates on this bind pretty hard, so you'll have to possibly release tension to set some of these. But just push it till you get a little bit of movement like that. This one's binding, so here you go. This one's in a false gate, binding really hard. I have to try to counter rotate it a little bit with my pick, because it will not go in any further. And I've got no tension on it right now. There we go. I get it? Nope, I slipped off of it. Just try not to drop everything. Still needs to go more. All right, there we go. But I know I dropped some things. That one dropped. That one dropped. These are tapered, so it's just a lot of back and forth as well. That one's good. I'm going to work around this tensioner a little bit, because how you got a tension from the keyway. Now that, all right, there we go. I think that slipped out of it. So now that's picked one rotation. I'm going to go ahead and try to 360 it. So there's no slot here. There's no pin, but you can still tension from the hole or the slot that pin is in, because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins here. There's no pin at the top. But since it's rotated, there is a pin, but it's already set. So you don't have to worry about that one. So you can go ahead and tension from right there. This one's already binding hard. Oh, no. That used to be the top, so there is nothing there. There's nothing there to set. So you start with that one. It's confusing sometimes picking these 360. Keep track of where you're at. So now I'm still going to tension from the top. And this is the one that used to be at the 12 o'clock position, so there's nothing there. Now this one's binding really hard. Dropped everything. So I'm going to set that one first, maybe. All right. So now where are we at? So now the 12 o'clock position is now the 6 o'clock position. Still tensioning from the top. I know that one's a high lift just from doing it so much now. So is that one. Overset that one. Try this again. Now I'm in a false set. All right, so I need to do this 2 more times. This one's binding really hard. All right, now it's not binding enough to set. Now it is. Now this one's binding hard. All right, so one more time. That one was binding hard, so release tension a little bit. Now that one won't stay. All right, there we go. Those are staying. Nothing there. overset that one. I have to readjust here a little bit. There we go. I think that one's good. I slipped out of here. So that one binds hard first. I gotta do that one first. That one is almost all the way in. Those two are good, I think. Overset that one. Keep slipping out this top one here. Is the really low lift, and there's not a lot of room to get my tensioner in there. That one's good. That one's good. That one feels good. Why won't it turn? There, it was picked. I just didn't have good enough bite on it. All right, let's see if I can get this thing gutted. I haven't taken it apart yet. I just kind of did this to make sure I was going to be able to take it apart before I started. And that's as far as I went with it. Oops, don't do that. Okay. So this is very similar to one I just picked. I believe it was the JPM 405. This is very similar design. It's got that outer sleeve on it. There are the sliders. In order for these, well, in the JPM, had to have the pins set before those would come out, but obviously that just fell out. I'll go ahead and put this key in. I don't know if this one's going to come out as easily. So there, now that comes out. So the flat part, this is for me putting it back together, that flat part goes there. Those will go on either way, but you won't be able to assemble the lock. So now there's this snap ring, just like on the JPM 405. I don't remember how I got it out. I think maybe I used this. Now those should pull out of there. I'm going to start the lock like that. Call that 12, so this will be 1. This thing looks basically identical to the JPM 405. These sliders are the same anyway. Got all these different tabs for, there's a bunch of false gates on there. They bind really hard. You have to almost counter rotate it somehow. That thin wire, it gets a little bit tricky. There's the housing of the core. Leave that off of there. You got one true gate on each one of those, and then all these false gates. Like I said, they bind really hard. This is what would be, I guess, considered a sidebar. That's what they, when they're all lined up, that can compress in around that plug and allow the core to rotate. So yeah, that is the Thirard Surveyor.